welcome to Cavaliers Daily, your one-stop shop for everything Cavs related. I'm your host, Paul Williams, and today we have a lot to talk about as far as Cavs rumors go. We're going to get right into it as over the last day or so, there's been a lot of talk about the shooting guard slash small forward Malik Beasley. He has just recently been cleared of some gambling investigations, not actual charges, but he was under investigation, which had at the time halted and then totally dismissed a 3-year, $42 million contract offer he had on the table from the Detroit Pistons. So Beasley's now in a bit of a weird spot. He doesn't have a team to go to at the moment like he did a couple months ago, and the season isn't too far away, just a month and a half away. He will have suitors, and he does have suitors, and that's what the topic is obviously about. And if one of the Cavs or Knicks do pick up Beasley, that it can be an important piece, or whether it goes good or bad, it could be a crucial addition to one of the two top contenders in the Eastern Conference. As far as the Knicks go, I would think they took themselves out of a Malik Beasley type of player sweepstake when they brought on Jordan Clarkson this summer. So I'm not sure where he gets his minutes in New York, but I guess they are always going to look to add talent when they can, especially when they're in a arm's length trying to get to the Cavs at the Eastern, or at the top of the Eastern Conference. So they I'm sure would find some minutes for him, but I just don't see like an obvious fit on the Knicks for him. I mean, if they get him for the veteran minimum, which is all they can offer him, as well as all the Cavs can offer him, I don't think it's a terrible addition, because their bench isn't totally filled out. They just already have a player there that is a prototype, very similar to Beasley. But yeah, I can see the Knicks doing it for some reasons. I don't think they would do it if they had to commit to him for 3 or 4 years. But on a 1-year contract, in a year where people feel like there's a real chance for them to make a run in the East, yeah, I can see it happening. I don't know if it would be like an odds-changing move or make the Knicks too much more of a threat to the Cavs as they are right now before they make any more additions. But Beasley has shown to be a solid player. He was a top 5, 6 Man of the Year candidate just a year ago. And he had a good year last year. It kind of coincided with him finally having a bigger role on a team that still needed someone like Beasley, who he's a good player. There's no knock on the way that Beasley plays basketball. He's a very good player. He was a first-round pick now a long time ago in 2016. He's bounced around a lot, which is something that always catches my eye when I'm looking at a player. He's played for 5 different teams in the last 4 years. The last 2 teams he played for, the Bucks and the Pistons, he had a pretty consistent role, and he also had a very efficient, consistent year. He shot 44% from the field and 41% from 3 for those 2 years. But the 2 or 3 years before that, when he was on the Lakers and the Utah Jazz, and at the end of his tenure in Minnesota, he didn't have an as consistent role. He wasn't playing those consistent minutes, and that coincided with him shooting only 35% from the three-point line and 39% overall from the field. So it just seems like he needs a pretty substantial role to get the full Malik Beasley experience and get everything you want from a player like him. So I don't know if he would get enough of a role to really be too much of a threat. But yeah, adding talent at any time when you're a good team but still have places where you can get better, that's never a bad thing. So I see the Knicks doing it. I don't mind it too much, but it also doesn't scare me that much as well from the Cavs point of view. So we'll see what happens as far as that goes. But what about Beasley's fit if he did end up on the Cavs? I mean, we obviously already have a pretty set roster. I mean, we've had a pretty set roster for years now. There's not too many holes to fill or spots to just come in and take minutes away from someone else. So where would he play? Like, what would his role be? Would it be worth the Cavs bringing him on? I have been thinking about that since the rumors have came out, and I don't know. I still don't have like 100% solid answer. As I said earlier, never hurts to add talent, but it's way deeper than that. The dynamic of adding a player to a championship level roster, a championship level locker room, and chemistry. That all really matters in sports, and especially in basketball. You're not going to find many championship teams that weren't close both on and off the court. And adding someone like Beasley, I mean, you do take risks. There's probably a reason he wasn't re-signed in his last three spots, and he was traded twice before that. You got to take that into consideration. He hasn't played for one team for more than one season since like 5 teams ago, and that's something you do have to look at when you have a team like the Cavs, who, no matter what you say about them, they obviously are a very close and cohesive team and have been for a long time. And you always have to be careful and be picky and be mindful anytime you're thinking about adding to that. You're risking more than you think. It's not just about what he can do or what he has done, how many points he can score. There's a lot more that goes into it. So I don't know where Beasley fits. He might take Sam Merrill minutes, maybe. I don't see him taking DeAndre Hunter's minutes off the bench. He's not starting, and I don't see him taking DeAndre Hunter's minutes off the bench. Lonzo Ball, if he's healthy and on the court, he's not taking his minutes. Larry Nance is going to get his minutes off the bench, and Sam Merrill is going to get his minutes off the bench, and the guy I talk about next may get some minutes off the bench. So Craig Porter may get some minutes off the bench. I don't know exactly where he would fit, or if he would have enough of a role for him to be happy or be motivated enough, because they are like professional basketball players. It is a job for them. Like, they do need to be motivated for you to get the most out of them. So I'm not sure if his motivation correlates with getting enough minutes. And if that's the case, then I don't know. I don't know if he needs to be coming to Cleveland, because he's not getting those minutes here. Michael Beasley is not averaging 30 minutes in the Cavs rotation unless something goes terribly, terribly wrong this year. I mean, he might be able to find 20 minutes a game depending on what's going on, or with injury sometimes get 25, 28 minutes. But yeah, I don't know if he would love his fit here. I mean, if he's just trying to like win a ship and just really be a part of like a really awesome team, then I mean, that's the move for him coming to Cleveland. But he would have to be like truly be all in and really just accept whatever role that he got. And if he was willing to do that, I would love to have him. Please come to Cleveland, and he could be a great fit. But there's just a lot of factors that go into it. Like I said, it never hurts adding talent, and if we could get him for the veteran minimum, it's just going to be a 1 year rental for sure. If everything goes how he wants it to, he's going to sign a longer term contract next year, whether it's with us or someone else. But I mean, we're in 1 year where we're one of the odds-on favorites to win the championship. So I think it would be smart to go for it in 1 year and worry about everything else next summer. So, like I said, if he's going to come in with the right mindset and really just be about winning, come on, let's go, let's get it. And if not, I think we'll be okay for many reasons. And one of them is our first round pick from last season, Jalen Tyson. There have been reports recently about him looking very good, and Kenny Atkinson speaking very highly of him, sounding like there is a real chance he can have a role on the team this year. I think a big part of that was his summer league performance when Craig Porter Jr. went down with injury in the first game. Uh, Tyson really stepped in and showed that he could be more than just kind of do it all, junkyard dog, get all the scrappy points and rebounds and loose balls. He got away from that in the summer league, and he was able to just run the offense. And he averaged 6.7 assists, which was fourth best in the whole summer league. And that's impressive when he's been looked at as more a shooting guard slash more forward, but he showed he could play the point guard position and play it well. That type of player, of course, has a spot on a lot of NBA teams, especially with his size at 6'7". So I 6'6", 6'7". So I do think it could be a real thing that he could get some minutes this year, and not just when we're up 30 or 40 points, but maybe in real moments. And if we can get him enough experience and he could become like another just option and scary piece of our bench, hey, that's great. And who knows, maybe he's next in line for that Max Strus spot in the starting lineup in a couple years. I know the Cavs wouldn't mind that with not having a lot of draft picks in the next couple or upcoming years. So I think Tyson really could carve out his own role. Obviously, injuries are always going to play a part of that as well. Is someone going to go down? And if so, then he's way more likely to get minutes. But yes, I think he could be a good rotational player for us this year for sure. And that takes me to our final topic today, which is like whose minutes would a possible addition, not someone already on the team, take? And I don't know whose minutes could be taken. I guess if it's a star level player, they're always going to find minutes. But a player that can be had now, realistically, is going to be someone who is either in a situation like Beasley where he's randomly available still, or else like an old vet that can't find a contract. So I don't know if there's many minutes for him to steal. I mentioned it a bit earlier, but maybe the Sam Merrill minutes is possible. He might be able to take some of those. But Sam Merrill just got the new contract for a reason, and he has carved out a bit of a role off the Cavs bench. So Beasley's going to have to fight for any minute he got here. He could end up being the mop up duty guy and come in when we're up 30 or 40. So I don't know whose minutes he'd take. He'd have to come in and prove it and take the minutes. So Beasley, come in and prove it and take the minutes. And let's get a championship this year. And yeah, with that will wrap up today's edition of Cavs Daily. I appreciate you guys coming along and still being with me. If you could do the honor of subscribing and liking and commenting if you'd like, tell me how you feel about Beasley. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you have a good evening. Thank you for watching.